Well, I'm not sure how many guys are currently viewing the stream, but welcome each one of you, and I hope that you're going to enjoy it with me. I'm actually going to fly the flight that I used in the tutorial for Sim Toolkit Pro. So I want to see how good or how bad I did that one, and I obviously know I did well, but uh, yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens when we fly it for real. Hello, Andrew. Welcome aboard. I am flying on Watson, by the way, so any of you want to fly with, you're welcome. I'll wait for you. I've got about 25 minutes to kill, so you guys are more than welcome. And hello, Jose. Good to see you, buddy. Right, so I'm going to start fresh because I have no idea what's happening here now after all the hours that have gone past. Quickly have a look. I'm guessing 3-1 is still active. Looks like I'm guessing correctly, so I'm just going to make my note. 3-1 right will be our departure runway, and let's see, 03 seems to be the same. 03, right. So this is the same plan. I'm just going to copy it quickly. Actually, I'm just going to take the insides. Here's what we're going to send off to SimBrief. Lisbon 24078 R5R8 Kilo Papa. Please the time now. Okay, we can make that about 25, and we can do the rest right here. You're in there, departure runway 31 right, destination 03 10 2.1, cruise altitude according to, you know what, let's leave it till there. According to the VA it's 370, but let's leave it for real. Let's leave it. We're gonna take CI of 6. I think I've got everything. Let's generate this plan. But while we're waiting, I'm going to start my client also quickly, just to make sure that the flight gets logged. With my scattered brain, I might miss it. Right, so it's started. Perfect. 70, we're going to fly on Vatsum. I've already filed my flight plan, so I'm happy we can just fly. So a quick overview, we're going to fly flight level 370. We have a payload of 110 passengers plus 2.1 ton of additional cargo above and beyond the normal baggage, so that brings us to 13.6 tons. Fuel will be 8.8. I see this is just under a 2-hour flight, or plus minus 2 hours. And welcome, Dominic. Just noticed your name there. Good day to you. And our takeoff weight will be 65.4. So I'm going to remove that off the screen so we can actually start programming. Let's also get these guys on board. Right, so that should give us fuel. Well, it has to load first, but that should give us fuel in our center tax. We're going to handle that when we see it just now. Let's get the fuel truck here. Right, so while that is loading, let's start programming our FMC.
Guys, the leader's on board.
ILS will be good enough, and then we can test our legs. Hello Yorkie, nice to see you. Nice up and down that. I don't know why they made it that way, but anyway, they would know. Right, that's our go around, that's already showing there. We have to do a missed approach. Right, then we need to check. There's usually a bit of a jump back over here somewhere where it goes forward then jumps back, so we just have to be very careful now. So, basics. You see it's going to do it again. There's basics there, then we have Charlie Foxtrot 03 and then basics again. So what we can do is we can actually take that one and put it there, and that will fix the order. So we have CF03, then basics, then runway 03, because that is the transition point. So we'll keep that one for a change. Right, and then we're back to square one. So all good there. Guys, I hope you had a good day and that you enjoyed whatever it is that you did. And if it's not over yet, or if it's just starting, I hope that you'll have a good day. I had a strange day. It was nice making the video that I've just published and all, but didn't have much work today. It was kind of strange, kind of weird. So it was a good day, actually. Tomorrow is going to be a very busy day, so no flying probably for me, but we'll see. Right, we are still loading the fuel, so we'll take that into account. Our reserves will be 2.8. And cost index will be 637.0. Hang on, we said we want to see what this guy tells us. Alright, so let's not jump the gun. Okay, so we have a step climb situation. We're going to climb to flight level 360 first. At Golf Alpha India, we'll be climbing 370. So ultimately we'll end up 370, but we're going to fly 360 first. Let's see, where is this waypoint? Let's list them. I think it's that one. NINOS. There we go. So from there on it changes. Alright, so we need to climb to there and then we're going to go 370. Yorkie, that's a good question. I can't remember. I can't remember when I updated. I fly too much. I think this might be, but I honestly don't know. I can't put my head on a block with that one. We'll, I'll have to go back checking my logs. Go with 370. Sorry, let me get rid of this one. 370. Right, the winds and stuff is obviously going to be for the top of the climb, so that will be a 370, but we'll put them into 90 at 3. And positive 3. The route is a bit strange, you're right, Dominic, but the reason is that some of the countries that we fly in work with a semicircular rule that works east and west, while as Portugal very definitely works north to south, and that's why they change it. You have to be on an odd flight level flying south down into Portugal. I'm not sure if France also subscribed to it, because I mean it literally changes in France, but the first half is done at 360. So I'm not sure, but I know there is legislation differences between the airspaces. Yorkie, if we crash and burn, we crash and burn, my friend. Nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. We'll see what happens. Right, my zero fuel weight checks out, 56.7, and the takeoff weight is close enough. There we go, 65.1 is better. Alright, so we can execute N1 limit. Alright, let's go for 32 on D-day to take off 2. No, we'll do a climb, why not? I know, I understand. I don't know why they do this. This is how we got it from Ryanair. Ryanair, I have
Marseille
been told.
Traffic, Speedbird 13 Mike Romeo, pushback 7 Charlie.
Sorry about that. That's obviously bad traffic. I have been told this. I'm not sure how true it is, so don't say Nico said so. This is just something I've heard. But apparently Ryanair buys their own airspace because of their frequent flying. So they don't necessarily fly according to the air routes and the things that we see in the charts. You know, they go and they make a deal with the government of the country they fly through, and then they basically have like their own private routes. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Maybe this is part of the answer. I have no idea. Yorkie, I'm not sure. Some people say they have it, some people say they don't have it. We'll see if my undercarriage gives way. If it does, you know, we laugh about it. We'll watch a replay, watch how it happens, and then we'll wait for Zibo to update the code again. You know, one of those things. We won't know until we get there. I had it on, I think 22 or whatever the one was where it started. I had it once. I did multiple flights and have all the flights only once, so I don't know. Luck of the draw, I suppose. Don't know. Yeah, I don't know him, so I can't comment. I've never flown on Ryanair. I don't know anything about them. I know I've got a couple of very good friends who fly for them, who are actually pilots for Ryanair, and they're good guys, at least. Really good guys. Aha. Ach no, don't tell me this again. Come on, here we go. Oh, we are here. Let's just see if the controls work, because that trim will take a long time to kick in. Alright, so we have 313, that is correct. We have everything set. The flight level on the MCP needs to be set quickly. So we said we're going to go 360. Right. How many minutes? 12 minutes. We've got 8 minutes to burn, so just quickly run through the overhead. Set there. 37 and then 400 this side. Alright, okay, we'll do the passenger signs shortly. Those things come on, the hydraulics come on after APU, and then also our pressurization system. So, all of this checks out so far. Now we've just got to wait and abide the time, because it's a VA flight and they want us on the ground for 20 minutes. 13 minutes 21 seconds gone.
Marseille traffic, Speedbird 13 Mike Romeo, taxiing to Delta 7431 right.
Wings. Ah, cool. Wow, Dominic, you're a lucky guy. I wish I had that. I'll get there, but it's just gonna take a wee while for me to get there. That's awesome. That's good specs. Let's see if I can pull up my specs a bit. There you go. That's my specifications for my rig that I'm flying with. The first thing I want to upgrade is my VGA. Yeah, we all do, buddy. We all work our asses off, especially in South Africa. Now, I don't know what the current exchange rate is between your currency and my currency, but I mean, we get a situation here. We are paying roughly, and I'm speaking just roughly, 15 South African rand for $1. So we have to work 15 times harder than anybody in the US or anybody using dollar as a currency to get the same value. It's crazy. Hi, Dougal. I've never thought of overclocking mine, I must be honest. I'm so happy with the performance, I just left it. I never thought of pushing it a bit. Well, my previous system was a 3770K.
Marseille traffic, Speedbird 13 Mike Romeo, line up and take off 31 right.
I tell you what, when I got this baby, I was over the moon. It's a very big jump from 3770K up to this one. And the other one held its own ground. It wasn't bad, but this is just a different ballgame. Right, I'm going to start our APU here.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, welcome aboard our flight today. We're wrapping up the final paperwork here to get you on your way momentarily. I want to thank you so much for your company and business. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Again, welcome aboard.
We're not going to use the pushback. We can just push right in front ourselves. We're just going to start the engines and get going after the 20-minute mark. 1 minute to go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start closing up the doors. Send the ground crew on their way. Disconnect the GPU. Remove the chocks. We don't need that anymore. Right. Okay, we've passed the 20-minute mark, so I'm happy. All the doors are closed. Get our beacon on, tell everybody we're almost ready to go.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Boarding door has been closed. Once again, we're doing all we have to do to remain seated at this time. Please double check the security of your seatbelt. All electronic devices will need to be turned off and put away at this time. This does include all cellular phones and two-way pages. Flight attendants
Marseille traffic, Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa, taxi holding point, runway 23 right. Looks like we're the only traffic here, but rules are rules, I suppose, till you don't want to abide by them. Interesting taxi line structure here. It just stops in the middle of nowhere and then you've got to jump to the next one. This is default Marseille, by the way, and I must say it doesn't look bad at all. I had another version on here and I kept on getting stutters here for some reason, but bad ones. And every time I landed, I got excessive landing rates, so I couldn't log the VA flight. So I just took it off and came in back with the default, and it's perfect.
Flight attendants for takeoff, please.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thank you. I hope you will have one too. And guys, I hope you buckled up and I hope you're ready. Quickly do this runway enter procedure and get going. Yeah, we can keep that on. We need to put that back on. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep the wing lights on. In fact, know what? It's still light enough. We'll put it on when it gets really dark. Same with the logo lights. The rest is just fine, it seems. Pressurization is okay. Squawking. Right, so. Excellent, Jose. You'll have to be my co-pilot tonight then. Marseille traffic, Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa taking off for runway 23 right, straight out departure on a northwards track, then turning south on the standard instrument departure.
Approaching 3-1 right. On runway 3-1 right.
Toga, here we go. Right, well, it's a 15 knot wind. It's coming almost from the front, but I can tell you what, it's still working in on these rudders.
D1, rotate.
Huh.
Positive rate.
And gear up.
$400.
Come on, day.
$1,000.
Flux 1. Looking good, wow. Hello, Ryan. Gaan lekker en jy. That's a kind of a silly mistake. I've got the other center pump on. Well, off. Now it's on. We need to run off that first. I switched it on for the APU and then forgot it's only the one switch. And that's why you need a second guy with extra pair of eyes in the cockpit. Plus ek het gewerk en ek het video gemaak. Check my channel. If you check my channel, you'll see I made a nice video tutorial for SimToolkit Pro. As ek nie jaag nie, maak ek nie geld nie, so dit is vir my om te ewe met my plaaslimit. Well guys, I don't have anybody on Discord with me, so you guys on stream or it tonight, you're gonna have to chat with me and tell me a story or ask a question, please. Thanks, Yorkie. Oh, there's a lot of ground I covered there. I mean, the 4 options that I know of is what's contained there, and I mean it caters for everybody from bare entry level to the advanced guys. You know, there's almost nothing you cannot do. Everything's doable. It's just know how to. This Yorkie, this flight is the exact one that I planned in that tutorial, so I thought why don't I just come and fly it anyway, and then I can get some more brownie points from the VA. Hello Kevin. Awesome. Yeah, I forgot you're a Mac. Guys, my wife just called. I just need to go check something. We'll be back in a minute or two. Right, I'm back. Hello, Adam. I'm doing very well. How are you doing? And there goes the center fuel, all done. That's a good buy. I don't have it, but the guys who have it that I know are very impressed with it, so I hope you're going to enjoy that aircraft. Adam, well, look, I don't have it in that plane. I don't know how exactly that plane works. But in the normal Garmin 1000 that I have in, for instance, the Quest Kodiak, I usually make my flight plans in little nav map. I then save it as the FMS format, and I simply import it. Should be the same unless there's a specific way of doing it with the TBM. I'm not sure. Yorkie, there's plenty of time. This is actually a very long flight. Let's quickly have a look at the ETA there. Our ETA is 1840. You've got a long time, my friend. You've got a long time. So enjoy. We'll see you back on the big screen shortly. Yeah, God knows where he is. He said he's busy packing. I hope so. Otherwise, we might have a problem and not get him here. But yeah, he's got a couple of things to do.
And he's already here, so don't start slagging me off.
Oh, you bugger. You came in unannounced. Yeah, I didn't know you were here already. Hello, Uncle John.
Hello, son.
And did you pack?
Negative. I had a change of plan.
Oh, you're not coming to South Africa anymore?
Well, I'm still thinking about it, so it's not quite decided. But anyway, that set aside, I thought, do I really want to cook for the next 2 days? And I thought, no.
Ah,
So I went and got some Kentucky Fried Chicken,
all right.
half of which I shall eat today and half tomorrow.
Awesome. Okay. Good plan.
Hello?
Hello, Hakan.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm alright. I am streaming just for your information, so keep it cool.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. It was yesterday.
Yeah.
So, today we have a division night in Turkey,
Okay.
and probably I'm going to join after a long time.
Okay.
I vow.
Okay. Cool. I'm flying my flight plan that comes from the tutorial video from earlier today, where we're flying from Marseille to Lisbon. So yeah, it's a long flight. It's just under 2 hours to go. Still, it's a long flight.
You love Portugal much,
Yeah.
Nico. You are flying frequent.
I do. Flashy, I don't keep track of things like that. I'm just way too busy. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come.
Hi guys.
So for your information, gentlemen, that is the map and the little red aircraft there at the top. That's me. So there's quite a ways to go still to get to Lisbon.
Flight time?
Uncle John, according to Ryanair 225, but I know they always allow a little bit for time on the ground. Our ETA is 1840, which means it is like an hour and 50 minutes
50.
to go. Yeah.
1 hour 50.
Yes. Given I changed my color, there's a whole story behind it. Let me actually tell you. I started this morning with the tutorial video, and I did section 1 and section 2, and when I wanted to start with the section where I took Navigraph into consideration, you know, to do the planning with Navigraph and then mix it with some SimBrief and some Toolkit Pro, my Navigraph didn't want to show all of a sudden, and it was working the whole morning. It just didn't work. And then the WebFMC didn't want to work. So I contacted Dan, and what happened was we did some troubleshooting. We couldn't find it. Like I said, eventually we discovered it was the ISP who made the mess. But in the interim, while we were troubleshooting and we were looking at this whole situation, he actually gave me the new version 24 of SimToolkit Pro. He could quickly compile it and send it to me so we could try the new version. And it's after installing that we realized, but it's not the problem, it's something else. I then tried a different internet connection from a different provider, still nothing. And then I used a VPN, and voila, everything worked, because I was routing my data then via the Netherlands. So in the whole process of switching and uninstalling and clearing the cache and cleaning out the system and getting some Toolkit Pro to work again, everything basically reset to default, and I had to reset up my some Toolkit Pro from the beginning. And so that's the back end story, and I'm just telling you because I'm, you know, don't have much better to do right now than to tell you guys stories. So anyway, it's been reset. It's I just went and I just changed the color to red. I mean, to see the white aircraft sometimes is a bit difficult.
And you've also put it on Facebook, and now you're going to cause a war because everybody's going to wonder why they haven't got 24.
Well, the fact of the matter is that we had to test it. And I'm just as good at beta tester as anybody else, I suppose.
No A, no A, no A.
Yeah. Look, I'm giving Dan a lot of publicity. So,
Excuse me,
uh,
you're not on your own.
I know, you also there, thank God, but yes, we were talking about me, not you.
And rightly so as well. He deserves to get the publicity.
For sure.
On that point, excellent video, Nico, today. Excellent. Can't overemphasize it.
Thank you, Uncle John. I had fun making it. It was really good. And the interaction with Dan just made it so much better. It was cool. It had to happen.
Highly recommend anybody watching that. Anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody that's going to fly the Zibo, P3D, sorry for the bad language, should watch that vid.
Guys, and it's not just about the Zibo. I mean, I actually changed my language a little bit there, dropping the word Zibo. It's for everybody. It's for all the IFR flights that you want to do. So don't, stare yourself blindly to the Zibo. I'm just the Zibo streamer this side, so I have to talk about Zibo a lot. It's my job, and I love it.
I'm making coffee, will not be in front of computers.
One sugar for me, 3 for Nico, please.
No sugar, but if you wish, I can offer some soft coffee to all of you, sir.
Just bring it.
Okay.
Just bring the whole flask, that's all. Just bring it.
Okay, sugar is poison, sir. You know better than I because you are older than me.
Listen, you keep your opinions to yourself. One sugar, please, 3 for Nico.
Hello, Rick.
Okay.
Hello,
If Nico is laughing, I'm right, sir.
Only fat people need to give up sugar.
Agreed. Nico, take note.
Okay. Anyway, let me now say properly. Hello into the Rick. Welcome to the stream. And Kevin, I just want to read your message there. You noticed that the taxiways were all numbered, yet in the sim they are the proper letters. What do you mean? Sorry, I mean, is it different in Sim Toolkit Pro than it is, in the sim, or what exactly are you referring to? Just elaborate a little bit.
Mark Trying, I promised you yesterday, but unfortunately I couldn't your article that you sent me because today was too busy, incredibly busy, and also I have a division night, division flight night tonight, I think. Tomorrow I'm going to read, sir.
Yeah, fine, not a problem.
Come on, guys, this is a long flight. I'm sure you got 1,000,001 questions, so please spit them out.
Guys, just for your information, I just moved the mic quite far away from my mouth because I'm just having dinner in the background, and I hate listening to other people chew, so I don't want to do the same to you. But I am here, so feel free to talk with me.
Okay.
I can taste it. I can taste it.
First question, what's the lucky numbers for the lottery in the UK for next Saturday?
How many numbers?
7.
Six Saturday.
Okay, I'll take 5, 7, 11, 15, 35 and 40.
Kevin, you're a little bit late on that. Orders had to be in by last Saturday.
Also, I think you'll have to ask Terry directly to get them. John doesn't talk.
The only one I've been able to talk to was Lint. Anyway, all joking set aside, questions please, questions.
Yes.
Did you see I released that video on the training?
So, well, John told me about it. I haven't watched it yet. I'll wait until I want to program to watch Little Seven to sleep. Joking aside, of course I'll watch it in town legally.
No, that's fine. It's a bit of a long video because of the 4 sections, you know, and section 2 is A and B. Because you can use sim brief both ways, you know, from sim brief and to sim brief.
Right, something I've just noticed, which I first looked at when I woke up before I realised you were streaming. This business about the landing rate criteria appearing in the FB, and somebody was pointed out how much information is available in Sim Toolkit Pro about your landing performance. I was wondering what your thoughts might be about we try and come up with a standard to try and assess it against for, like, if the FB says excellent, what does excellent equate to?
I will ask Zibo next time I speak with him. I think that's going to be easier, just to get the data from him.
But I was wondering if on landing this time you might, as an at the end of your
Yeah, we can
string,
look. We
throw
can
up
look. We can
just
definitely look.
and sort of like see whether it invites comment or anything. That was just, you know, just another advantage of Simply Toolkit
Yeah.
Pro you might want to put to the front.
Goedenavond, mannen.
Goeienaand, meneer.
Meneer.
Yeah. Let's do it, McDrank. Just remind me when we get there, because I'm now totally engrossed in my dinner here. It is stunning chicken and rice dish thing. So,
And all I've got is a smoked ham sandwich.
food for a king, my friend. Food for a king. Don't let it bother you.
I'm
How
on
are things
Kentucky
going?
Fry.
How are things going here? How are you guys doing?
All good. I'm just quickly having dinner.
Oh, enjoy.
I can taste it.
Uncle John, do yourself a favor. Just bring a pair of what's the right word? Sweater, exercise kind of pants. You know, something that you can tie with a piece of string instead of a belt, because when you leave here in 2 weeks' time, you might have extra 5 kilos or something to carry with. So just be warned.
That ain't gonna. That's not got a hope in hell.
His cases and his pockets are already full. You'll have to buy him one of these Macintoshes with those huge pockets on the inside if you want him to bring out.
Well, we've been talking about where to stash the little lion cub. That's going to be difficult, but we were thinking of putting that somewhere under a shirt or something.
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting the Rottweiler.
I bet. Tracksuit pants. That's the right word.
Yeah,
hello Dimitri.
Don't forget to put a snake and a couple of socks as well under it for the return.
That's not nice.
John, my coffee is ready, sir.
Enjoy. I'm still
Very
waiting
much.
for mine.
There is a distance between us, sir.
Well, Nico's got his. I've just looked down, and his is all frothy.
Unfortunately, you are going to Africa and you leave me alone, sir.
I'll still be there.
I'd love to see Uncle John's face the first time he sees a rain spider. Oh my goodness.
Are you going to introduce me?
Yeah, if there's one around, I'll definitely introduce you.
Are they rather big?
Oh yeah, big as your hand.
Seriously?
Yeah. I tell you what, the first time I saw one, my wife came running into the house and she was hyperventilating. She couldn't even explain what was happening. She just pointed me to the garage and she said, look, you know. And okay, Derek, we'll see you later.
Non-poisonous?
Yeah, it's non-poisonous. It stings like a
in
bee.
which case,
Yeah.
oh, they sting.
Like a bee, yeah, but that's all. They can't kill you. The ones that kill you are the black widows and the violent spiders. You stay away from those guys. And the sack spiders, and there's a couple of them. And you know what? They're about the size of your.
Whoa. Slow down. Any spiders I'm keeping away from.
Okay, cool. Enough said.
Stop talking about spiders. I'm looking around my room right now.
Don't forget to look under your chair.
Nico, please don't be slow down, sir. Don't be slow.
Okay, I'll ramp it up. No. Spiders, snakes, and scorpions you stay away from.
Nico,
Uncle John can fight with them, sir.
Nico,
Hold on, hold on. Sorry, Imri, the cat got stuck in a tree. So my son got the cat out, and now my wife said if it wasn't for my son, I would have had to go and borrow a ladder and climbed up there myself. So I had to mute the microphone quickly.
no problem. Actually, I want to say I actually just joined, but I have to go again.
That's
so
fine.
I just received the call. I'm gonna get picked up. I'm gonna go out for
Okay.
nice restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat kip met rijst.
Okay. Lekker hoendertjie.
Uncle John. Uncle John.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Why are you flying from Orly? Or
Because I actually, yeah, that's where I'm flying from.
Yeah. Why you are not from? You are not flying from the UK.
Yes, if you look at that, what I sent you, I'm flying out of Birmingham into Charles de Gaulle, and then from Charles de Gaulle down to Johannesburg.
Is there any reason to not use Heathrow for direct flight?
Yes. It cost.
I
cost.
see.
I can think of many reasons for avoiding it.
Nico.
Yeah.
Do you see the Queen still requesting some money from Uncle John?
No, the Queen got her allowance for this year, my friend. She's done. If she can't come out with what he gave her already, she's finished.
But requesting money still?
No, she can't. She got the budget. It's all Uncle John rubber stamped it, gave it to her. It's in her hands now.
Okay. Anyway, Uncle John. Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, that's it. I mean, okay, that's
okay. What you like?
Queen. I'm so sad about the Queen. Okay, your flight must be free of charge. At least as a spy, as a retired spy, you shouldn't.
1,000 to go.
No.
Shouldn't pay. 008.
But life is tough, sir, and these are truths, unfortunately. Again, you know this better than I, because you are older than I.
Hey, don't rub it in. Don't rub it in.
Okay, sir.
In both JR's case and mine, I think we would both defend the Queen given she was our passport.
I did indeed, Mark. I'm out of there Friday evening with Air France into Charles de Gaulle.
Why don't you choose Ryanair up to some point, actually?
I don't think Ryanair flies into Charles de Gaulle for a start. I was born and bred there, Mark.
They are flying everywhere, but Uncle John will go to Johannesburg. Unfortunately, there is no plane. This is what you are so unlucky.
Affirmative, A380. I am listening to you.
Are you going to fly with A380?
Affirmative.
Ah, sir, this is wonderful. Then have a good sleep during your flight.
Oh, don't you worry about that.
Okay, but I believe that at least Queen bought the ticket from the business class, sir.
First class.
No, first class. Okay, not business class. What is business class? You are retired. Must be first class. Of Uncle John and explain users must fly in first class always.
Complimentary. It's a complimentary.
Yeah, exactly.
Hakan? Hakan?
Yes, sir.
Darth Vader sends his regards from Turkey. I don't know who that is. He says you know.
Darth Vader?
Darth Vader. I don't know. It's the guy's name on Discord. He sent me a message. It says I must tell you greetings.
Greetings about what?
In other words, hello. You know.
Ah, okay. Could you please ask him his name actually? If it is Taha, then accept it.
Right, well, I presume he can hear you, so he must just type back. Because he's watching the stream as far as I know.
Let me check the stream.
Yeah, he's not
I'm gonna
talking
say,
on stream.
Are these two not talking to each other or something? They fell out.
No, I don't know. I mean, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader are supposed to be families. Oh, he says he don't actually know you, Hakan. He just sends greeting from Turkey. Got it. Okay, well, Hakan, I see you sent him a message.
Yes, if he is available, okay. If not, let me check. I have another message here.
I love playing postbox between Turkish guys, you know.
I'm sure you do. Not.
Kevin, it's very easy. You run Active Sky, it installs the plugin, and you forget about it. Active Sky sets all the settings. You don't do anything. The only thing you must do is you must not touch the built-in weather in X-Plane, because that's where most people fall out the bus. For some reason, they believe they have to have it on real-world weather. So what then happens is the X-Plane weather cancels the Active Sky weather and vice versa. So you seriously just don't touch anything afterwards. Active Sky will put it, you know, the settings where it needs to go. Just don't touch real-world weather or anything else in X-Plane.
Mark, not very often. I'm going down there Thursday because my brother-in-law's taking me up to the airport.
Look at this lovely weather that we get from Active Sky. Just crazy beautiful.
I must admit, the colouring on the mountains on the left there.
Very nice. Very nice.
Bit too uniform in the puffs when you were round to the right just then.
Yeah. It's not perfect, but it's cool. It's nice.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. If it was perfect, it wouldn't just be 59 quid for
Sir, there is no Darth Vader in my list. Actually, I don't know him.
He says he doesn't actually know you. He said that, but he's talking to me on private message in Discord.
Same here.
Why he doesn't write from YouTube? We can meet with him.
I don't know. Maybe he's shy.
He is not shy, of course. I don't believe.
Same here, Mark. I only get there occasionally, but mainly just to go down and see my sister, who lives on the very edge of Birmingham on the south side.
There you go. There he's talking to you.
I said he's not shy. So
You see? No, there. Look, he's talking to you. Look on the stream.
yes, Darth Vader is here. Everyone must be careful, guys.
Grandpop. Okay, cool, Darth Vader. There we go.
Dimitri, do you know Komotini, sir? Komotini.
Dimitri, no you don't. If you run your Active Sky XP first, it sets explain to read from that weather file specifically. But what I see what the guys do is they go and force real world weather because they think that's what they need to do. Active Sky is quite capable of tuning it itself. If it's not there, then it means there's third party interference. So you can check it, but it should work automatically.
Nico, he asked me where I am from. I said east. East means shortage of stuff.
Okay, alright. Fly with Rookie. Give me a second, I'll show you the sliders now.
Darth Vader, please write in English, okay, sir? Because this is a kind of international channel, and also Uncle John, specifically, Uncle John doesn't know Turkish and he can't learn. Unfortunately, we need to talk with in English, sir. Okay. Uncle John, you said you can't learn. Okay, don't get angry.
I won't. Don't you worry about that.
It's only that John doesn't feel he can do his job as moderator if they talk a foreign language he can't.
Who?
Well, Uncle John is 85 and Hakan is 45.
85 and
45, yeah.
Yeah, I'm son of John. No, there is a son of Peach, and I am son of John. Okay?
You guys crack me up.
Nico.
Yes.
If I were you, you know those boxes that the footballers put down the pants?
Yes.
If I were you, I'd make sure you got one when I arrive on Saturday.
Why? You love me. You know you love me. I'm your son in South Africa. What's your story?
Well,
Uncle John, no. Let me explain. I never heard a peep from you or Hakan when this guy asked how old you are. So I'm not going to give personal information. So I just gave numbers. I mean, it's not. So it's me just not sharing personal information. You know.
Well, be a little bit more conservative.
Okay.
My age, please.
Uncle John is 55 and Hakan is 35. How's that?
No, Uncle John
Perfect.
Uncle John is 25, not married yet.
Okay.
He is still single and he wants to go to Africa. This is his dream, okay? So as a 25 years old guy, and he will visit to Africa.
Nico, quickly, can you put your donation banner up, please?
Well, the donation links, there are two links, guys. If you look just below the video and you click on show more, there is a whole description of the video. And in there, you've got the one that will show up on the screen, and then you've got the incognito one that does not show up on the screen. So just pick the one you want to use. If you want credit, then I'll give you credit on stream and your name will appear here. If you use the incognito one, then obviously nobody, well, except me, will know that. So your choice. It's just in the video description. Always.
But 5 minutes ago I said something silly, but it was not related to any persons, guys. I need to underline this. The expression, okay, that was an expression. It was not related to John or someone else in the group. Okay, I said I am son of John. Okay.
Yeah.
Because John calls us, I mean not only me but also Nikos as a son. Am I right?
Yes.
In this case, we are son of John.
Yeah, okay, but listen, give me a chance to talk on my own stream now, just quickly. Kevin, I just saw your message there. I did find out about better pushback. I'm glad you found out about it. I hope you got it working because it's a lovely little program. Then I need to read through here. You see, you guys talk so much. There's Fly with Rookie. He's begging me for the donation link. Sorry, Fly with Rookie, my friend. It took me a minute or two to catch up there with you. I hope you understand what I said. It's just in the description below the video. Right, Mark's not for me. That's with Uncle John. Ataberg. Alright, welcome to the stream, Ataberg. Clan Pop, thank you. And Dimitri, just to confirm the proper order of loading up applications if you use some Toolkit Pros. ASXP, then Explain 11, then the 172, then the Zibo, then some Toolkit Pro. Yes, I agree with that. I think that's a good order. Very good order. Steel, good morning. Welcome.
According to last news, Explain 12 will be cancelled. Instead of it will be 13.
Oh, you think so?
Yes, because 12 is bringing bad luck if you compare with 13 in the United States.
Man.
Bless you, sir. Appreciated.
Thank you so much.
Ataberg, there is a rule. If you come to the stream, you need to donate, sir. You need to donate. This is the rule of the channel.
Thank you, Hakan. Well, Explain with Vulcan is coming very soon. I mean, if you look at the Twitter feed from Explain, I see the Twitter and Facebook page is really worthwhile following. That's fine, Fly with Ricky. Thank you so much. Don't worry about it. Just follow the Twitter feed from Explain themselves and their Facebook page, and then you'll see all the news coming through. I mean, they're really working hard on it. Xenvaro is already working in it after a lot of guys were saying it will never work. SkyMax Pro is already working. Both of them seem to have 3D clouds now perfectly working in Vulkan. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to change very quickly. I might actually go back to SkyMax Pro. Who knows, you know? I mean, if it's that good, it's that good.
Sir?
Yeah?
I have assigned you to my YouTube channel as a moderator.
Who? Me?
Yeah. It's Skymatics.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you are my moderator, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. What is the moderator's duty, by the way? I don't know. You can't open streaming, isn't it?
Yeah, I can do nothing. I can kick people off if they make a mess, but that's about it. I don't know. Put messages on there. There's 737NG as well. Hello, everyone.
737, yes.
By the way, .24 is stable for Zibo.
What are
Nico,
you
any
talking?
problem? I am going to fly with Zibo tonight, but 24th update is available right now.
Well, I'm
I
using
would like
24. This is 24 that I'm
yeah.
flying.
Is it stable? What do you think?
I don't have a problem with it. The 4K version is broken, so don't use the 4K version. The 2K version seems to work very well. Tiago, thank you very much for saying thank you. Yeah, you just need to update.
In what way is the 4K version broken?
The 4K version, the copy protection tripped, so it's crying foul when there's no problem.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I know where the problem is. I did the manual update direct from Zibo's
Me too.
drive.
Me too.
And I don't have a problem.
Well, I did it and mine is definitely broken, and so is everybody else's. Even Zibo said it's broken.
Oh, mine's updated. No problem.
Well, my 2K one is pretty nice. It's flying there. You can see it's working, but the 4K,
Oh, interesting.
737NG, yeah, you should be able to get the app and then just use voice activation. The only thing is, in the room where we are now, voice activation is not allowed, so you're going to have to figure out how to get press to talk working. But you can watch the stream and you can be in any of the Discord rooms that does not require push to talk. In actual fact, I think in the whole server here, this is the only room where I enforce it, because I don't want to listen to people talking and screaming in the background.
Nico, there's no way on the iPad you can do press to talk.
Is it? Because on Android you can. My Android's got a push to talk button. It's got a little microphone, you press it and it talks.
Yeah, I mean the microphone's there in the iPad, but the ability to allocate a press to talk is not an option.
I don't know. I don't have an iPad to test it with, so I wouldn't know.
Well, you've got no money, so there's the answer to that.
Well, Uncle John, the other answer is I trust you. I mean, if you say you can't, you can't. I wouldn't know any better. I just have to trust you.
So
but at
you
least
can pay for an overpriced piece of software to have something that can't do something that Android can.
Yeah.
Well, it's iPad, isn't it? I mean, you know, that's
look, in South Africa, and I'm just speaking for us local guys here, if you don't have a job for an Apple, you don't buy an Apple, because nobody supports Apple. Nobody uses Apple unless you are using it for your job and you've got a support structure. It's like throwing money away, because the demand for it is low. It is extremely expensive. The apps are ridiculously expensive. Half of the stuff can't do what Android already does for free. We tried it. I mean, my wife bought an Apple iPad once because she wanted to be fancy, and somebody at her work bought one. And eventually my daughter ended up with it as a toy, because it's the only use we had for it, you know. We all have Android and we all are very happy with Android. It does what we want it to do, and yeah, it works for us.
Thanks for making me feel good.
And it's supported by China.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you making me feel good.
Uncle John, that's your story. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. It's not an insult. Absolutely not. It's just some things work for some people and some things don't work for some people, you know. And Apple is just one of those things that don't work for me or my family or anybody I know. I've got one cousin who is into advertising and marketing, you know, on a very, very high level, and he uses a Mac because that's what his job requires, you know. But I don't know anybody else who uses it.
Horace
apart from me.
Cymatics FPL.
I got an iPhone, got an iPad.
How's it, Maurice? Well, Uncle John, some people love them, and if you're one of them, so be it. Yeah. Ooh, we've got ATC coming.
Looks like it.
You were saying McDrone?
Somebody's got to support the Americans.
And after all that, can we have some serious questions, please?
What time of day is it, John?
You've got a watch on your wrist, or there's a time on your computer. What, next question?
Right, how far are we from top of descent, then, Nico?
284.
We're not even close yet.
Negative. We are landing according to the estimate at 1842. That's about an hour and 12 minutes from now.
Okay.
Still, they make me laugh.
How long was this flight?
Just about 2 hours 5 or 2 hours 10 minutes plus minus.
John's just got to get used to this flight times 4.
Flashy, 2 plus 2 equals 22 in South Africa. I don't know where you come from in the overseas place. You stay somewhere in Ireland or something. But in South Africa, 2 plus 2 is 22.
How many cigarettes have you had so How many cigarettes have you had so far this flight, John?
I'm just about to sort my 4th one out.
Well, that's 4 you wouldn't have. Times 4, that's 16 cigarettes you'll save on that flight.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, Mac, I won't be awake. Once I get on that plane, I shall have a couple of stiff drinks and I shall get my head down.
By the way, if you go and have a look at the Johannesburg airport map, it very clearly shows where the cigarette smoking areas are just outside the airport. Just so
Listen.
you got the info for when you land.
Since John is still 25 years old, he's still smoking. Unfortunately, he couldn't aware of it how hazardous for health. But we are going to wait because he is just 25.
Anyway,
that's
Harkin, how many cigarettes a day were you smoking? How much money have you saved so?
Today I saved 36 Turkish lira. That means 6 euro.
That's not bad then, is it?
Yeah, I am going to invest this money to John's charity. So, because John's charity means Zibo, okay? Zibo means explain 11. Explain 11 means explain store. In 2 days, 6 euro. In 15, multiply by 15, it is 90 euro, sir. 90 euro. You can build a simulator from the beginning.
Almost.
In a month.
Yep. Agreed.
Did you read that one, Nico?
Which one?
Tutorial for landing technique.
Yeah, I answered Dimitri there. I said I'll do one when I have time. I have a couple of other tutorials I'm working on in the background, so I don't want to do it out of place. We'll get there. But the basics is easy. All you do is you wait until about 20 feet, you pull back on the power, and then you just lift the nose ever so slightly. But don't lift it while you've still got full power, because then you balloon. I actually do it from time to time on stream, and then I feel like an idiot. So you pull back, wait till that power really starts bleeding off, then you just lift it and put it down slowly.
For me, it's a feel. It's a touch. You know, it's just practice, practice, practice.
Yeah, yeah, true. That's true. But when he comes from the Airbus, obviously, and that's a little bit different to doing the Boeing. I obviously struggle when I have to do the Airbus one now. So, practice. But the basic technique is go down at about 30 feet, start preparing to pull back on the throttle. 20, definitely it has to be back, and then as you coming down, just gently lift that nose.
And just hope you're not going too fast.
Yeah. Because then you float. Like me. Sometimes.
What you like, Flushy?
Flushy, they won't understand that joke, and please don't explain it because I will delete it. Yeah, okay.
Do you remember lift related funny or post?
No.
We were laughing, lift. There was some jokes in the lift. I had posted.
Oh yes, those ones. Yes, yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I remember.
No, there is a section in that video, photo shoot. I like that guy. Please watch when you have time. Okay.
All right, I'll go back. Kevin, I don't know. Look, I've flown the level D sim on this actual aircraft, okay? And they've put me through my paces. And I can tell you one thing. It is very different than flying the simulator on the PC, yet it is very similar. The big difference for me is that you have to really put power into your yoke. It's not as easy as the SciTech yoke makes it. I mean, you've got to work it. It requires oomph to move it. And it took me a circuit or two to get used to it, because the first thing I did when I got into the level D sim here at Comair British Airways in Johannesburg was I said to them, just give me the aircraft. We did the basic programming of the FMC and the MCP, and I did hand flying a couple of circuits there, right? So the first hour I was literally just flying with my hands on the throttle, hands on the yoke. I was feeling the aircraft. Now in the real world, the biggest aircraft I ever flew was a Cessna 210, all right, and the Cessna 210 feels much different than this one. You can feel the heaviness in the Boeing. And what's funny is everything takes like 2 seconds before it has an effect. So it's like driving a boat. You have to input the change, wait, and then counter, if I can put it that way. And you've got to find that technique. You've got to understand this is a hell of a big aircraft. Now I can't imagine flying an A380, for instance, because that's got to be even worse. But if you put power, you wait your 2 seconds, then the power starts kicking in. If you start turning, you've got to wait 1, 2, there you feel now it's turning. So it's a technique that you need to learn. And I mean, so by the second hour, it was okay. I did some landings, did some takeoff, and then the guy said to me, "You want a challenge?" And I said yes, and he put me on St. Helena. Now all these videos that I'm talking about, it's in my channel. You guys must just scroll down to Real World Aviation. You'll see me fly this actual level D simulator from Comair British Airways. So we did the St. Helena landing, and that is probably one of the most dangerous real world airports that you can get. And I mean, Dangeros, yes, yeah, there you go. So I mean, I did the landing there first time, and it took a lot of concentration, because you've got to fly on that poppy perfectly. Otherwise, I mean, there's cliffs both sides. If you don't stop, you go off the other side, and if you come in too low, you're gonna hit into the cliff, you know. So that's why it's important to feel the aircraft. That's why even in this desktop simulator, I always say to the guys, forget about automation. Go into that aircraft, go fly hand-flown circuits. Put your hand on the stick, learn it, feel it. You need to learn what it feels like, because that in itself is going to teach you more about the landing, more about the flare and all these things. But to answer your question, after all that story, it's one hell of a thrill. It's a thrilling experience to land this aircraft. And the thing is, the moment you get on that ground to start steering it, you know, to steer it properly, that was a big challenge for me in the beginning, but also sorted that out. The tiller, this thing is pretty darn stiff. It's not a question. You have to put power into that thing to make it move. It just doesn't turn like it does in the simulator. You know, X-plane is very unrealistic when it comes to simulating the tiller, but you know, it works. I've got it on a little lever here. But yes, it was an amazing feeling to actually go and fly at St. Helena. Not many guys will ever get the opportunity. They've actually stopped flying the 800s to St. Helena. They're using the Embraers now, smaller aircraft, because on almost every landing there's a wind shear alert. The wind is terrible there. It's dangerous, but it was amazing.
Nico, hopefully Zibo will introduce the realistic delay with the controls. At the moment, when you move your controls in the Zibo, it's instantaneous. That's not realistic.
No, but what you need to do is you need to add your curves. If you want it more realistic, remember now, you also are a real world pilot. You know what it's like to fly a real world aircraft. Many guys just don't know, and if you take it that far, you're gonna lose a lot of supporters. So the idea would rather be let the user set the curve, because I can help you set it up if you really want to, you know, and you'll see.
You know damn well I want realistic, Nico. But what I'm saying is, I'm hoping that Zibo will slowly bring it in realistically, so guys get an opportunity to get used to it incrementally.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's a Twixter element that John's talking about.
Yeah.
You don't introduce the delay or the reaction time to controls in the curves and sensitivity. It's actually in the default.
I understand that, but what I'm saying in my defense is it's better to set it up, because then it's an individual's choice in the curves. Because if Twixter goes and set those curves now, and it goes through the bank, and everybody's got to now learn from the beginning how to fly in 737-800, you're going to get a lot of guys complaining.
Yeah, I wasn't on about adjusting the curve. I was on about the response time to inputs, and that's done in plane maker.
Sure.
And that's part of Twixter's flight model.
Yeah. But it brings us to the old question, you know, how realistic do you want it? You know, I mean, we don't want to also take away the enjoyment of flying the aircraft in a simulator, in a desktop simulator. It's one thing when you're sitting there, when you're feeling it, when you're living it, when you're shaking and you're in the heat of the moment. But it's a different thing when you just want to have a quick flight in a desktop sim.
Oh yeah. I mean, he did dumb it down a bit anyway, so that it isn't as quick to respond as a Cessna or one of them.
Dimitri, remind me after the flight, once I've landed and logged the flight for the VA, then I'll show you my response curves and everything that I've got set up, okay? The other thing that I can recall from flying the big sim was the trim. There is a reason why that thing times out and only runs for 2 seconds, because I've held my finger on that trim, and I tell you what, it takes 4 seconds and you're out of trim. It's so difficult. You know, you have to know what you're doing with that trim. You have got to feel it. That was part of what I was learning myself, you know, in those circuits. to learn how to use the real trip, and they have just disconnected my autopilot. Oops. Click the trim button. So, yeah, it was fun. Um, 737NG, what do you mean add you to the chat? Are you talking about Discord? Let's see, let's see, let's see. Is that Maurice? Maurice? Okay, cool. Maurice, you are in here. You should be able to hear me now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I can't hear you in the live stream channel. Why do you keep on leaving the live stream channel?
No, I was trying to use the iPad again.
Okay.
I can talk on the iPad and watch on the TV, but that's
Okay.
not it.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try drag you back into the room.
Okay.
Right. Maurice?
Okay, take care, Harkin. Catch you soon.
Bye-bye, Hakan. Maurice, I have no idea why you keep on dropping out of this room. Doesn't make sense. Captain Olaf in FBO. I don't see you in the FBO, sir. Where in the FBO? That must be Maurice you're talking about, because he's the only one in the FBO.
No, you died in there just now.
Yeah, I went to speak to Maurice.
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't realize this was such a long flight. You know, you look at the figures, you go 2 hours, nah. Then you go and sit here for 2 hours.
It's how people's thumbs grow, just twiddling.
Yeah. Okay, Maurice, got it. I must try and remember that you are the 737NG driver. I just don't want you to feel left outside, so let me know when you want to come back in.
Ah, he's struggling with iPad again.
Yeah. Yes, sir?
If, big question, if after the stream you want to give me 2 minutes or change those sliders.
Which sliders?
For the yoke.
Oh, yeah, I know. We can look at it just now, because Dimitri also wants to see it. Yes, Dimitri, that's correct.
Well, ideally, a screenshot.
We can take screenshots too.
And then I'll set mine up then.
I don't have those delays built in, Uncle John.
Yeah, well, I particularly would like them.
Oh, yeah, the sensitivity and realism, they don't actually occur in delay.
Well, if they don't, there's no point in doing it.
Well, let's talk afterwards, okay?
Affirmative. In answer to your question, yes, it is vivid and it is with active sky.
Hello, Jason. Sorry, I missed your greeting there completely. Too busy this side. Sorry, man. Nottingham, wet and windy. Thank you, Ollie. I am enjoying the flight. It's kind of funny. We had some fun already. Dimitri coming back to the jumping in and just getting going. I haven't done it in a while. I know that there's merit in it, but because of what I do and who I've positioned myself to be now, it's kind of difficult to do it now. And you know, there's a time and place for everything, so I'll have to get used to a group of guys like that again, because I'm totally hung up on procedures and doing things properly now. Right, so we are almost at our ATC airspace. Hopefully the chatter will increase on the radio, but then on the other hand it's going to make talking on Discord so much more difficult, but we'll see. And then we need to see what this guy's idea is of runways and things, see if we need to update something. LPPT 8 is, let's have a look, see. Guys, my wife just wants me to come and have a look at something. I'll be back shortly. Uncle John, try and keep the fort, eh? I'll be back just now.
Will do.
Okay. Okay, I'm back.
Nico's back.
Trouble's back.
Aye.
What made you do this flight, Nico?
Well, it's a Ryanair flight, and it's the one that I did for the training video, and I thought, well, might as well do it then for Ryanair. Oh, and this guy's contacting me. Let's see what he says. What he's gonna want to do? 55. 1 to 5, huh?
Can you remove the live map?
Flight level 240.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Hermogok 209, identified, fly direct back south. Direct back south,
I'll get him to move it in a sec.
Okay, hold on, I need to speak to him now.
Just move the map, Nico. It's blocking everything.
Yeah, but give me a second. Portugal Control, Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa inbound, NINOS flight level 370.
Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa, Lisbon, low squawk 4753.
4753, Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa.
Thank you, kind sir.
You're welcome.
Finnair 60 Charlie, fly direct Thursday. No speed restrictions.
Right, we're still landing 03, so that's 5. Fine. Transition level is 50.
Direct Thursday, Finnair 60 Charlie. Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa identified. Direct INBOM, INBOM 8 Alpha, Hanoi 03.
Direct inbow, and we're preparing for 03, Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa. Oh, there we go, direct.
Lisbon Control, muito boa tarde. RG 2460 direct Bupi, flight level 410.
RG 2460, Lisbon Control, boa tarde, squawk 4766.
On squawk 4766, RG 2460.
RG 2460 identified, direct Chamax, Chamax 8 Alpha, Hanoi 03.
Direct Chamax 8 Alpha, expect runway 03, obrigado, seja. RG 2460.
Point November 2, Air Portugal 2474. Portugal 2474, wind 330 degrees, 16 knots, runway 03, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, runway 03, Air Portugal 2474.
Right, we've got 61 nautical miles for top of descent, obviously under ATC control. That top of descent can come sooner or later. So I'm just going to run through the basics of setting everything up then.
Spiria 087, descent flight level 100.
100, Spiria 087.
Spiria 087, flight direct Papa Tango 421, no speed restrictions.
Roger.
Cigarette number 6, Uncle John.
That was for Mac, actually.
I understand.
Go to 474, airborne passing 4,000 feet. Scale 274 identified, climb flight level 240. Climb 240, Scale 2474. Scale 2474, fly direct Akulu, no speed restrictions, runway 35 at port. Direct Akulu, no speed restrictions, runway 35 at port to Portugal 2474.
Hey, Paul.
I must be psychic. I was just thinking about him.
Look what I just did. 20.
Hope your bones and legs are not all achy, Paul.
Airjet Sul 460 request to share.
Airjet Sul 460, descent flight level 250.
Descent flight level 250, Airjet Sul 460.
Easy 211, descent flight level 100. Easy 211, descent flight level 100. Descent flight level 100, easy 211. Finance 60 Charlie, turn right 5 degrees. Degrees to the right, Finnair 60 Charlie.
At least we're going to descend very soon, so it's almost over, Dimitri. Dimitri, do me a favor and send me a PM on Facebook or Discord. I just want to ask you something after the stream as well, please. Thank you.
Reply to your personal message, Mark. What, grammar? Was that Kings Norton grammar, Mark? Mark? Small world.
You're going to meet each other and you're going to look at each other. You're going to say, oh, I've seen you before.
Kings Norton grammar, was that at your school?
211, descent 3,000 feet, QNH 1031. And 3,000 feet.
Nico, he lived in the same area as me.
That's why I say.
Yeah, easy 211.
Virtually neighbours.
Finnair 60 Charlie, thank you for your cooperation. Continue directors. Finnair 60 Charlie.
Just confirm, the grammar turned into a secondary, is that what you're saying? Okay, interesting.
Finnair 60 Charlie unavailable, please check your microphone.
Still, the long line is for the missed approach. It's a vector line basically. Just that is the center line of the runway, just going into infinity.
Thank you, and resume director.
That sky's awesome.
We'll go Finnair 60 Charlie.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, so I understand.
Scale to 474, descent flight level 100.
Give me a second, yeah?
Descent flight level 100, scale to 474.
Control, Ryanair 8 Kilo, Papa requesting descent.
Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa, descent flight level 250.
250, 8 Kilo Papa.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Spirit 087, descent flight level 70.
Descending 70, Spirit 087.
Jet 460, fly direct Papa Tank 420 and descend flight level 100.
I hope it wasn't for me. I did not hear that. You'll have to call again.
Jet 460, Lisbon.
Jet 460, go ahead.
Jet 460, fly direct Papa Tank 420 and continue descent flight level 100.
Roger, direct Papa Tank 420, confirm. Flight level 100.
Confirm, Papa Tank 420.
Copy, Jet 460. Swiss Air 2085, good evening, at stand 209, with information in the RQNH 1031, request clearance to Zurich.
Swiss 2085, hello sir, information India, QNH 1031, clear to Zurich, exceed 4 November departure, squawk 4752.
Swiss Air 2085, can you repeat squawk please?
Swiss 2085, squawk 4752.
Swiss Air 2085, clear to Zurich, departure exceed for November, cleared from 03 runway, squawk 4752.
Swiss 2085, feedback is correct, confirm you are ready for taxi.
Wilco, Swiss Air 2085.
Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa, descend flight level 100, no speed restrictions.
Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa, descending flight level 100, no speed restrictions.
AZ211, clear view RDME approach runway 05, report visual.
Right, so
Cleared VORDME approach runway 05 and report with visual for AZ211.
we're going to use altitude intervention to bust all those altitude restrictions and going down to 100. That's actually a very important lesson, guys, that you can remember. These altitude restriction at INBOM is 290.
Table, can we take the RMP Zulu runway 05?
EC211, fly direct Mike Alpha 532, cleared RMP Zulu approach runway 05.
That's Mike Alpha 532, cleared RMP Zulu runway 05, EZ211, thanks.
Sorry, ATC just mixed us in between. Right, so we've got, in fact, it's 280. No, that's the speed. Okay, yes. The altitude restriction was 290. That's why the Zibo halted at 290. The next altitude restriction is 250, and then we've got one later on in the flight again. But if you press the altitude intervention button, it basically overrides those restrictions. So just remember that if you ever fly with ATC. Guess what I'm eating, Uncle John?
Pardon?
Guess what I'm eating?
Ice cream.
Oh, you know me too well. Ice cream with chocolate sauce.
See, spot on again.
Yeah. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I thought while I'm doing it, I might as well talk about it.
Request taxi. Swiss 2085, Zulu 3 and Mike to my calling point, runway 03.
Look at the sunset. Wow.
Swiss 2085, taxi via Zulu, holding point, Mike 5, runway 03.
Spirit 087, descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1031, fly heading 270.
Descending 4,000 feet, Spirit Z7, QNH 1031, Spirit Z7.
And Spirit 087, fly heading 270.
Heading 270, Spirit Z7.
Alpine 57, Quebec Charlie, Lisbon.
Okay, so Maurice, the long magenta line is the center line of runway 03. It's a guide for the missed approach, so it will go on for miles and miles and miles. If we extend the range, you should see it. That's the airport there. So it basically, it's just the center line that's extended as, you know, a guide for the missed approach, I presume. That's your center line that just goes on into infinity.
Porto Control, hello, Top Swiss 82 Charlie November on the ground at Lisbon. Information Juliet, type AC20, stand 202, QNH 1031, requesting clearance to Basel.
Top 682 Charlie November, Lisbon Control, good afternoon. Information Juliet, QNH 1031, clear to Basel. Exceed the 4 November departure, squawk 4725.
Clear to Basel, EX for correction, EX for Delta departure, squawking 4725. Top Swiss 82 Charlie November.
Top 682 Charlie November, SID exceed 4 November.
EX for November, Top Swiss 82 November Charlie.
Top 682 Charlie November, readback is correct, call me when ready.
Call on ready, Top Swiss 82 Charlie November. Lisbon Control, very good evening, Alpine 57, Quebec Charlie, stand 205, information Juliet, type number 0320, request clearance Basel Morehouse.
Alpine 57 Quebec Charlie, hello sir. Lisbon does not support PDC, that's why I asked you to revert to voice. Information Juliet, QNH 1031, clear to Basel, exceed the 4 November departure, squawk 4712.
Paris were cleared Basel via the exceeded 4 November departure, squawk 4712, Alpine 57 Quebec Charlie.
Alpine 57 Quebec Charlie, readback is correct, call me when ready. It is 087, turn right heading 340, descent 3000 feet, clear the LS approach, runway 03.
Heading 3.
It is 087, turn right heading 340, descent 3000 feet, clear the LS approach, runway 03.
Heading 340, descending 3,000 feet for ELS runway 03, Spirit Z7.
Zibo Control, boa tarde, White Jet 430, at Lisbon, information Juliet, request evacuation do Funchal, flight level 370. White Jet 430, Lisboa, boa tarde, information Juliet, QNH 1031.
Hello, Christer.
Madeira, gas 5 November departure, score
Hello,
4711. With the Funchal, via gas 5 November, score 4711, condition 0331. White Jet 430. White Jet 430, read back is correct, call me when ready.
Lisbon Control, good evening, Emirates 198 at Porto, request IFR 2 over Dubai.
Emirates 108 Lisboa, hello sir, runway 35, QNH 1033, clear to Dubai, Bezel 8 Echo departure, flight level 100, squawk 4706.
Emirates 108 is clear to Dubai, runway 35 right, Bezel 8 Echo, squawk 4706.
Emirates 108, feedback is correct, call me when ready.
Alpine 5, Quebec Charlie, ready for push and start.
Alpine 57 Quebec Charlie, traffic to pass behind, I call you back.
Easy 211 with runway 05 outside.
Easy 211, wind shear 30 degrees, 18 knots, maximum 31. Travel between 350 and 050 degrees, runway 05, clear to 1.
05 Quilani, easy 211.
Swiss 2085, Lisboa. Air Maroc 209, leaving my airspace 122.8, Marseille.
122.8, final. 279.
Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa, descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1031, expect base turn in 40 nautical miles.
Please repeat for Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa.
Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa, descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1031, and expect base turn in 40 nautical miles.
Descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1031, and western in 40 nautical miles. Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa.
Swiss 2085, Lisboa.
Overnight quality 780, start 302, request clearance to farm.
Quality 780, good night, information Juliet, QNH 1031, clear to FAR, Troia 5 November departure, squawk 4777.
Information Juliet, QNH 1031, clear to FAR, Troia 5 November, squawk 4777, quality 780.
Has everybody gone to sleep?
No, this air traffic controller is very busy in my ears.
Call me when ready.
That's our airport over there, guys.
Swiss 2085, Lisboa.
Okay, so he's cleared me down to 4,000 feet, which is below the transition.
Radar Xperia 087, establish on ELS runway 03.
Xperia 087, wind 340 degrees, 14 knots, runway 03, clear to 1.
Roger, copy the wind, clear to land Xperia 087.
Right, if you will just give me a chance to speak.
Swiss 2085, with you.
Swiss 2085, confirm you are now taxiing to holding point runway 03.
Swiss 085, confirm I'm taxiing to holding point of runway 03, having some problem with the radar, trying to taxi as soon as possible.
Roger, I have traffic waiting for you, expedite as possible.
Okay, let's talk quickly. I hope you can hear me. Right, so he's cleared me below the transition flight level, which means that I can already switch over to the QNH. I don't have to stay on until it actually turns yellow and tells me that the aircraft is ready. So that's another good tip for you guys.
Quality 780, request push and start, stand 302.
Quality 780, push and start approved, facing north.
Facing north, quality 780.
And check the bridge as well. Check that bridge lights. I mean, it's just awesome.
Alpine 57, Quebec Charlie.
Yeah, apologies for delay. Traffic interfering with your push is He's having some problems with his steering, I assume.
No worries, we'll just wait for Alpine 5 and Quebec Charlie.
White Jet 430, headman, push and start up.
White Jet 430, push and start approved, facing south.
Jungle facing south, White Jet 430.
I'm good. I'm glad you're here, Jose. Thank you for sticking around. Sorry it was a bit of a long flight. I don't like doing streams that are this long, but every once in a while we get something like it, and it's okay, I suppose.
Top Swiss 82 Charlie November is also fully ready for operation start.
Top Swiss 82 Charlie November, roger. Number 2 in the apron for push and call back.
So he's cleared you to the end of the star.
Yeah, he said in 40 nautical miles I will have to turn, so we'll see. I don't understand the word that he used there. It sounded like he said I must turn west, but we're going to turn east, so God only knows what he really meant there. I don't know.
This is control, Emirates 198, request pushback.
Yeah, it's very busy here, Jose. When are you flying with me here? We need to do a group flight, you and me.
Alpine 57 Quebec Charlie, clear off Swiss Colors A320, passing from your right to left. Push and start is approved, facing east.
Facing east, Alpine 5 Quebec Charlie, thank you.
Love that bridge. Really love that bridge.
I love that bridge. Yeah. I watched
Runway vacated, Spirit 07.
American
Spirit 087, welcome to Lisbon, taxi via uniform Alpha Golf stand 608. Bye-bye.
It had 2-foot clearance.
Wow.
Okay, roger, thank you.
Jose, we're waiting on some Toolkit Pro to give us that opportunity, and then we'll do it on something other than WhatsApp.
Charlie, traffic disconnected, so I assume it's not a factor anymore.
Yep, we're already pushing Alpine 5 and Quebec Charlie.
Top Swiss A2 Charlie, November, push and start approved, facing west. Long push to be cleared off Zulu 1.
Push and start approved, facing west, we'll clear 201, Top Swiss A2 Charlie. So we just realised we're pushing the wrong direction, Alpine 5 and copy Charlie, we're facing west.
There's Top Swiss A2 Charlie, November, cancel push clearance.
We should be back clearance, 2 Charlie November.
Alpine 57 Quebec Charlie, are you able to push ahead after your push?
Yes, we can push up, we'll probably be clear of his stand, Alpine 5 and Quebec Charlie.
Roger, that's perfect. Break, Top Swiss A2 Charlie, November, push and start approved, facing west.
Facing west, Top Swiss A2 Charlie November.
Easy 211, we vacated, we're taxiing the Alpha.
Easy 211, roger, taxi via Alpha to stand Alpha 9, and goodbye.
First taxi Alpha to stand agency London.
Alright, now we've got the right ILS and the right course.
It always reminds me of Rio de Janeiro when I see that bridge.
Yeah.
Because of the statue.
Jet 2460, continuation, flight level 70.
Guys, and for your interest, I'm using extended night lights as well. It makes a huge difference in X-Plane. You can Google it, it's free from the org. Get extended night lights.
some false headlights?
Yeah, false landing lights.
Ryanair 8 Kill Papa, fly direct to PSX and clear the ILS approach runway 03.
Direct basics and cleared ILS at runway 03, 8 Kilo Papa.
Airjet 2460 Lisboa.
Right, so we cleared on the ILS, so we can hit the approach button. If we were clear to the localizer, we would have used the localizer button. But now we don't need to, so.
Whitejet 430 Lisboa. Whitejet 430, ahead. Confirm pushing back. For 1 minute, 1 minute. Roger, clearance is valid for 2 minutes. Let me know when you are ready. Pushback clearance is cancelled. Copy. Whitejet 430, request. Whitejet 430, push on south approved, facing south. Copy, south.
Lisbon Control, muito boa tarde, Alpine 7605, stand 209, information Juliet on board, request clearance to Funchal.
Alpine 7605, information Juliet, 29131, clear to Funchal, against 5 November departure, squawk 4755.
Information Juliet, QNH 1031, clear to Funchal, against 5 November, squawk 4755, Alpine 7605.
Before we go to flaps 15,
7605, feedback is
lights
correct,
are
copy
set,
when ready.
parking brakes are set.
Welcome.
I'll go around altitude.
Alpine 57, Quebec Charlie, ready to taxi.
Go around altitude 70.
Charlie, Zulu 3 and Mike to Mike,
070.
Zulu 3 and Mike to audio point Mike, 03, Alpine 57, Quebec Charlie.
VFB point towards
Emirates 108, request taxi. Emirates 108, taxi to link point runway 35 via taxi to Bravo.
I'm trying, they're talking in my ears, I cannot hear you, and it's not your fault, it's just too loud right now.
Taxi point runway 35, and we are ready when it's reaching Emirates 108.
These guys are talking a lot, sorry.
460, descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1031.
Say quick again?
I said, have you got your EFVs for charts, or have you got it set for the fuel page to get your landing?
Well, this 780 request taxi.
Oh no, I've done that already. That's all I've set.
Okay.
No, that's all set. Oh, hang on. Sorry. I misinterpreted what you said. We want to be there, right? Yeah, now I've set the EFB. Sorry. My mistake.
460 visual.
You got it.
Emirates 108 is ready for departure.
Emirates 108, wind 340 degrees, 12 knots, runway 35, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 35, Emirates 108.
Delta set to Charlie November, ready for taxi.
This all pressing is not my idea of fun.
That's been reported in your book.
Yeah.
Zulu 1 on Mike to Mike 1,
And
runway
it's
03,
why I
top space,
suggested
82,
we go
Charlie.
to Sim Toolkit Pro on land.
Yeah, jet
557, Quebec Charlie, how long to be ready?
Negative, Alpine 57,
Oh, my
Quebec
trim
Charlie.
is now already out of bounds there. I've put it now back.
Negative.
Quality 780, wind 340
There's
degrees,
definitely
14
a
knots, runway
problem with
03.
this model, my friend. Definitely a problem with this model.
Quality 73.
Speed a little high, maybe.
No, it's too low. I'm busy sinking.
Ryanair 8 Kill Papa, continue approach runway
Yeah, there's
03, wind
definitely a
check
problem with
340
this
degrees,
model.
14 knots, 737 for departure.
it's just not flying correctly right now. I'm really battling. I'm pulling the stick. I've got it in my tummy already.
I'm sure
you've got
Zibo's
quite
going to
a
get a note.
headwind, but you've got 149 dialed in. That's
1,000 feet,
well.
stabilize, Mr. Bird Channel 27.
But I'm pulling on this thing with all my might to keep the nose up.
Jet 2460, flight level 100.
Yeah, well, you're gonna with that headwind, you're gonna have a very slow ground speed.
Yeah, sure. Okay, just keep quiet for a while, please. I need to know if I can land. I haven't heard my landing clearance. Just keep quiet for a while.
3.
Quality 780 traffic is 2 miles, please expedite.
Expediting 780.
Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa, Lisbon.
Okay, wait for 8 Kilo Papa.
Continue approach, expect late landing clearance.
Thank you, continue expecting late landing clearance 8 Kilo Papa.
Alpine 7605, stand to 09, request cushion start.
Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa, wind 340 degrees, 18 knots, runway 03, clear flight.
Actually to land 03, Ryanair 8 Kilo Papa. I'm really battling this plane right now, guys. Really battling it. The wind is not making it easier, I can tell you that.
Alpine 57, Quebec Charlie, confirm ahead.
Damn it, I'm gonna lose it.
Alpine 57, Quebec Charlie, behind the landing, Ryanair.
It just doesn't respond on the elevator at all. There's no elevator control. Lisbon control, we've left the runway, no elevator control or proper rudder control. Apologies. Yeah.
That looks like you've got an undercarriage failure. Have a quick look outside.
I'm gonna look now. So we've left the runway, unable to control the aircraft 8 Kilo Papa. We'll disconnect from the network. Sorry about that.
Good. Are you going to remain present position or disconnect?
Disconnect, sir.
Roger, see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah, well, the undercarriage is definitely gone. But at that rate of speed, I was hanging on to this controller, literally having it in my stomach. There was no more elevator control, nothing at the end there. And when it decided to dip the nose, it just went down. Yeah, I think a couple of chiropractors are going to make some money, some physiotherapists, maybe a couple of, psychologists as well. So all in all, a good flight, guys. I think we can go for coffee now.
Well, that landing, it was worth waiting 2 hours.
I'm going to send Zibo a note quickly. Same faults. Yeah. Guys, right. Yeah, sorry, McDrone.
Yeah. Go and, what's the Zibo late landing say out of it?
Very bad. Very bad.
Nico.
Yes. What?
Suggestion.
Yes.
Do a rerun and run saving it the control space bar to send Zibo a short.
I don't need to do that. I'll just give him the stream link and I'll tell him to go to the end. That's all. I mean, you saw the little light come on here for out of trim. I had no more trim left. I pushed it back so that the light would go off, and I had this thing in my tummy. Sorry, McDrone.
Have you disconnected from Ryanair?
In fact, not. Now I'll have to redo this flight. They're not going to accept this.
Yeah, I know, but didn't know whether you'd entered it.
Well, I've just checked. There's no update at the moment. Just in case he was aware of it.
Yeah. Gentlemen that are leaving the stream, thank you very much. Sorry, I saw some things going past there. It's too much for me to handle at this moment. I'll read it just now. Give me a second. Kevin, there you go. Thank you. Paul's going to pay 50, for coffee. 40, that sounds 30, good.
10. Oh, cheers, Paul.
Dimitri, no, we can do it. We can do it. I'm not dead. I mean, I'm just going for coffee, but we can do that before we go. Oh, my wife's screaming. Make it softer. It's too loud. Anyway, okay. Richard, yeah, well, this obviously is a global issue that Zibo is probably aware of by this time. I don't think it's news for him. So we'll probably get an update very soon. And I don't know, nothing we can do about it. We're all the test pilots that he has. So we report back. He knows about it and he'll fix it.
I must admit, I've never seen it that bad.
No, I've never seen it like
Sim
this.
Toolkit Pro?
Yeah, let's have a look, see what some Toolkit Pro does.
Perfect landing.
No, hold on. Let's go to flight summary and just let's complete the flight so it goes into the logbook. Alright, so let's go to the full report. 1,250 foot per minute, 3.7 Gs. Oh my soul.
See there, you can see where all of a sudden the vertical speed goes pear-shaped. Look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you drag your plane back? Oh, you can do a play of it.
Yeah.
Look. I was trying to work out how far before you landed that
the problem basically,
started.
yeah, the problem started once the glide slope came into effect. It couldn't keep the glide slope. I noticed it immediately. It couldn't keep the glide slope.
Yeah, there's no between the graphs on the bottom. There's no way of depicting where in the approach path you are, is there?
Doesn't look like it now.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen it where an undercarriage has collapsed.
I had it once, 2 versions ago, just once, but anyway.
But look at your speed towards the end, Nico.
Yeah.
On that last part where you started getting porpoising, etc.
Yeah, you can see if you, I don't know if we can zoom in there, you can see it actually went positive there, you know. So you've got down, up, down there. It was a big problem there. Abhishek, yeah, it seems to be a complete mess. I mean, I had 14 knots indicated. METAR reported 18 knots of wind. That is not supposed to create this problem. Definitely not. I did have the throttle manually and I did overspeed a little bit, trying to just encourage the nose to lift a little bit. But the moment I got too close to that ground, it just went down. Yeah, the trim was totally out. I mean, I had to trim it back to get the warning light off. But yeah, of course it happens. Look, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad we had some fun. It was cool. We'll wait for the update and then we'll fly it again some other time. I'm not going to stream the same flight because it's just too long, but I'm definitely going to complete this flight at some point in time.
I'll do it Saturday night, surrounded by ice cream tubs.
Yeah, you and me. Yeah. And biltong. We need biltong. I heard my wife said she's going to buy you some biltong, so I'll be your best friend Saturday night, okay?
Creep.
I won't touch your leg. Don't worry. You can sit next to me. I'm not going that far. I just want some biltong.
It's a bit cruel, Nico, buying biltong when he's got no teeth to chew it with.
Ah, he's got side teeth. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna suck it if we have to, but we'll
suck
get
it,
it.
suck it. Suck it and see.
Give him a pair of scissors.
Oh, shut up.
Well, you could always get a blender and sort of like make a smoothie, Boodog.
You know, I always thought you lot were family. Forget it.
Corleone.
Oh, no, I can't share it. Hold on. I need to give you a picture. Let me give you a picture. You'll see. You can obviously Google it yourself, but let me give you a nice picture.
Biltong.
Biltong.
Sorry, biltong.
Yes. There's a picture. Quick picture. You can just Google the term biltong. There's many pictures. It's basically dried, seasoned meat. It's lovely. It's just one of those South African things.
That's not coming up.
No, get an error for that.
Serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only way you can do it is put it on the, for us anyway, for the Discord, is put it in one of the folders.
Damn it, access denied. That's not nice. Sorry, well, guys, just search the term biltong.
I'm going biltong.
Yeah, copy it and paste it into Google and find it. Sorry about that link. Let me delete it so nobody else goes and makes the same or get the same result. So there you go. Sorry, guys. Just copy biltong, paste it in Google, have a look. It's just dried seasoned meat. Right, well, that's the end of that. Let's quickly get to the curves and the controls and the things. Joystick. All right. So first of all, I don't have any curves. All right. My control sensitivities is as per my installation guide for the Zibo. So everything is on 100% on the left. This is your controller. You can do with these things what you want when you want it. Thanks, Mivive. You too. We'll see each other soon again. The stability augmentation, that messes with the Zibo, so that always has to be 0. Otherwise, you're going to have Zibo problems because that interferes with the code. It augments the code. You don't want that. All right. Then in terms of the rudder, yeah, I've got a response curve because these rudders are just way too sensitive. I've got Thrustmaster pedals, and if I don't have this curve in place, it's definitely a big problem for me because I block it from any response until there, and then only does it respond into the simulator. There's no response curves on the other stuff, and then obviously on the Cytec trim wheel there's no response curve, it's just default. So the only place there is a response curve is on the actual yaw axis when we have to use left and right rudder. No response curve here, and all the control sensitivities exactly as my manual says. I hope that helps, Dimitri and Uncle John.
Nico, I think I'm going to hold fast till you've got your new yoke on board,
yes,
and then you can set it up, and then I'll follow yours.
I think so too. I think that's a very excellent proposition, Uncle John. All right, well, there's not much we can do right now, unfortunately. So, guys.
Well, you can call for the airbag so you can lift the wing off the ground.
So we're not going to see a replay of the smash.
Well, why not? Let's get a replay of the smash.
Side on.
Pleasure, Dimitri.
Yep, you don't often see one green.
At a point, if the undercarriage no longer exists, does that mean you don't get a red or a
McTrying, sorry, I'm busy answering. Everybody's now sending me exactly the same report as what I've just had, and everybody's now complaining to me.
Oh, right.
So let's just see now. Leo Alexander's post. Yes, this guy's good fight. Yes, everybody's complaining. This is like a flood that's just opened.
Does that mean it's broken?
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately. Okay, well, I won't read the rest. Let's concentrate. We're almost at the crashing point. So. Christer, when I looked down, when I was in the tablet, it was basically full up. So in other words, the little pointy thing was at the very back of the scale. It was right off the scale at the very back at the bottom. So you see there's no command. I was pulling, and I simply couldn't get it to lift the nose. There was just no power to lift that nose, and there goes all the gears. First the left back one, and Christer, I'm convinced that Zibo is working on it, and I'm convinced we'll get an update later tonight or tomorrow to fix this or to make it better until he can properly fix it. He's obviously experimenting and working on it, so we're not going to bother him too much with it. He's got lots of his, lots of stuff on his plate.
The funny part, do you know what I'd really be interested in to see at the moment? And don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting you to do it. But Paul did it this morning with this update, but he did a auto land, and it absolutely cracked it smack on, beautiful land.
Yeah. Well,
and it'd be interesting to see, given the setup you currently have with the wind, if you were to do an auto land into the same airport in the same conditions and see how it handles.
Well, we can always use historical weather, so please write down the date and time, and then we can do this when I've got more time again, and then we come back to the same weather at the same airport, and then we run it, and then we see. Okay, it's easy as that.
Don't forget it's 2100 at Nico's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only 1900 Zulu anywhere in the. Oh, don't get me wrong, I said I'm not expecting him to do it now, but it would have been an interesting exercise.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I'm test flying tomorrow then again, so let's see when the update comes, then we throw it in the air and we go, have an idea what's going to happen. We'll see a little bit, suspend, what the hell?
Can you go back to that Sim Toolkits Pro?
I've
Nick?
closed it already.
Oh,
I've actually
okay.
closed
All right.
it. Sorry, McTrying.
No, well, you've got it there, so we can load it up. I was just going to say, if you could take a snapshot and send me a pic of that landing performance.
I'll have to reopen it.
Yeah, don't do it now. Do it tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Fly with Ricky. Take care. Good night. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, Paul.
Yeah, we had a few
Thank you,
laughs.
Nico.
Yeah,
Anyway, as you say, it made the stream interesting at the end.
yeah. Always. Yorkie, cheerio. Everybody else, I see we've lost about 15 viewers in 2 minutes. So, guys, thank you. Bye-bye. Enjoy. Once we get the newer model, we'll test fly again. I'll take it. I think the next test flight, obviously, just here in between Lisbon and Porto. Let's see if we can get the same weather then, and then we'll test flight, McTrying.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
Well,
gentlemen.
what we need, if we have a new one, it needs to be flown before we do another 2.5 hour flight.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Well, we can just do a circuit around Porto. Or around Lisbon, rather.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.